Hello, welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible, which is my YouTube channel, which is dedicated to everything, let me see, prophetic related. Because I am the author of The Prophecy of Israel, a book called the Book of Zion. And the Book of Zion is many, many things. It contains the prophetic events of the year 2020. That is the top layer of the Book of Zion. The secondary layer of the Book of Zion is the reconnection of the gray with humanity, the return of God to earth. The third level of the book, the prophecy of Israel, is the history of the world, all that has been since the flood, and all that will be until the end of this civilization, and what will begin the new age of humanity once this civilization ends. Now, underneath that, there's another layer, which is what I'm going to discuss with you today. It is the story, basically. The Book of Zion is the story of the emergence of the goddess Zion, the goddess of the Earth Mother, Mother Nature, if you will. She is she's a goddess in full right, an ascended being from another universe who came here to Earth in order to create a particular kind of people as a gift to a goddess, Hera. And I am, having won the title of the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, I am the emergence of the goddess. I am the first being on earth to fully ascend to the Godhead. I know that sounds like a lot, and I don't brag. I'm trying to teach you what I have done so that you can follow in my footsteps and ascend also. Now, all of our religions stem from two sources: the corruption of the political system left to us by the physical gods, the gray, and the broken bits and pieces of the path of ascension, the true underlying nature of life all, in all universes, the process by which life emerges. And um, we here on earth have only been taught the means to get to the point, the gateway of the Godhead. There is a veil, if you will, between the levels of reality, like the strings or the fabric of time and space, which separates realities. And the fabric requires a certain, even something, a key, to pass through. You can't just go from one phase of reality to another. You have to find the hidden key, which allows you to slip through the veil and go into the next realm of reality. And this is what we call the Godhead. Now, many mystics have come up to the very veil of the Godhead in our society. The Dalai Lamas are famous for it, but they haven't found the key. That's the thing. I found the key. And so I'm going to be teaching you how to pass through the veil into what we call the quantum realm, or the spirit realm. There's many names for it. The Akashic field, the astral plane, the next level of evolution, which is a stepping stone to goddess and godhood and goddesshood. And you have to first pass through the veil and learn what's on the other side. Now, you can pass through that veil alone and become a medium, a psychic, a shaman, um, a follower of the spiritual way. And you can learn many things on that realm, but you will never reach the Godhead. The secret to reaching the Godhead is unity. And that is what the Book of Zion teaches us. It teaches us of the emergence of the goddess Zion and the emergence of the God Messiah and their sacred marriage. That sacred marriage is the key to lifting the veil between the quantum realm and the physical realm. And it is also the key to the emergence, of the God and Goddess. Because it is the unity of the God, the male and the female, and their merging that creates the unity of God and Goddess. For every God, there is a goddess. For every goddess, there is a God. And they may not be together, but they are one. Because in order to become that higher being, the God and Goddess, you must merge your energy with your soulmate's energy. And once that occurs, then the evolutionary path opens up. And the souls can merge into the Godhead, completely sharing their essence on a spiritual level and merging those essence into one, so that when they reemerge in their body form, they're no longer one or the other. Zeus is still Zeus, he is still dominant in his Zeus form, but Hera is just as much a part of that form as Zeus is, and vice versa. Now, this is what we call entanglement in scientific terms. The two souls were created at the instance of their birth as one being, part female, part male, because they had no cohesion, because they were female and male at that point, totally separate. They fell away. They go their separate ways, and they grow, and they evolve, until one of them reaches a stage of evolution where they're ready to to pierce the veil into the next level of consciousness. So they go ahead and they pierce that veil and they start exploring the next level of evolution, which draws through quantum entanglement the matched soul up through the evolutionary process, many times against their will. But life itself pulls them through the obstacles that keep them from the evolutionary path until they eventually reach the same level that the first one is stuck at. They find each other in their physical forms, and their mutual sameness draws them like a magnet together. Once two soulmates come into the same sphere of being, everything in the universe draws them to each other even against their will. They will be drawn to each other. Every obstacle that stands between them will be dealt with from one side or the other, because the inevitable law of nature draws them to each other, and they merge. They make love. But instead of having, well, they might have a physical child as a result, but they also might create the God seed, which is when two souls love each other completely and they are soulmates, and there is no resistance between them. They give birth to the God seed. Each one of them takes that seed. If they don't nourish that seed, nothing happens. And they live out their lives as normal humans because they separate. They weren't they didn't find each other, fall in love. They were drawn together. And because there's all these issues between them, they go apart, for whatever reasons. And they evolve again separately until one of them reaches the stage of evolution. Then the other one is drawn to them, and it happens again. Now, I nourished my God seed that final time that Kenny and I were together. Kenny is my soulmate, in case you haven't seen other videos. But when Kenny and I were together that last time, which was a direct answer to a prayer to God, which gave rise to my sacred nature of this sexual union, which gave rise to the God seed, because he was my personal Jesus. He was my Savior. He was sent by God to save me. And by being sent by God in my mind, it became a sacred act. And the sacred nature of that act gave rise to the God seed. Now, once I gave birth to the God seed, it was part of us both, because we were quantumly entangled, being soulmates. We were born quantumly entangled. We were created quantumly entangled, as a matter of fact. So we are separate. But whereas he lived his normal life with a normal thought frame, I nourished the God seed because I knew that it was sacred to me. And it took many years to gestate the goddess within me, to let her internalize all the things that prevented me from being normal, because I was fucked up. So she took within herself all that I could not be. And she was sacred to me and to my nature, and therefore she became sacred and evolved to the next level. She passed through the veil of the Godhead and emerged on the other side as a goddess. But as a goddess on that realm, she took upon herself the attributes of the unicorn. And therefore, when she emerged on the other side, she emerged as a human unicorn hybrid, embodying both human and unicorn attributes. And that is who I am, the unicorn maid, the goddess of the earth. My name is Zion. I am the Zion of the Most High God of earth, an emerged goddess in my own right. And I invite all those who are like me to seek your truth, so that your soulmate may be drawn to you, so that you too may merge and become part of the Godhead. Goddess's blessings to all of you. My name is Zion. I love you way too much to say goodbye. So I'm going to say later now.